Hello again, everyone. Welcome back. Well, today we're reviewing the other new cigar that HVC came out with. You'll remember that a couple weeks ago we reviewed the Series A. Well, today is the HVC La Rosa 520 Maduro Magicos. And what this cigar is San Andreas, Mexico wrapper, Nicaraguan binder and filler. All the tobacco is from the Aganorsa Farms. Well, except for the San Andreas wrapper, of course. Now, this actually comes in two sizes. The Magicos, which is what I'm reviewing today, 5.5 by 54. It comes in an Exquisitos, which is 5 3/4 by 46 also. There is the density. Has a good feel in the hand for a short, 5.5 short cigar. Very shiny. Very look at the light picks up. The band picks up the light in here. It's almost just total metallic. And of course the 54 down here tells you the ring gauge. So very dark cigar, as you can see. Well made and has a good feel in the hand. So let's just jump right in there and get right to it. The new HVC La Rosa 520 Maduro Magicos. It's just a nice looking cigar. It's just got a nice oily wrapper. You can see the shine from the lights in here. It's not just the band that's shiny. The cigar is also. Okay, good draw. Has a little firmness to it. Not too bad. This cigar doesn't have the most obvious flavors to pin down. There's some subtlety to some of the flavors, and I'm trying to pick those out. But the obvious ones are, there is a cedar, not citrus. It's just a little bit of cedar, quite a bit of dark chocolate, quite a bit of black coffee. A lot of those. Nutmeg in the mix. Very little detectable brown sugar. It's a very dark cigar with not a lot of sweetness at the outset. So we'll see if it picks up. But it's very dark. Black pepper at only about 7. It's not peppery. It's not as peppery as you would think. So let's just see how we settle down, how we get through the first third. But you've got a lot of dark notes here. A lot of dark notes and not a lot of sweetness. There is some, but I think this is primarily designed to be a dark noted cigar. Just a quick note that here at about an inch in, it finally settled down to discernible flavors, better flavors than I described initially. There is a citrus, sort of a citrus peel type flavor. There is some brown sugar. There's quite a bit of nutmeg combining with a dry cocoa. It's a really odd flavor, but that's what you have. Dark chocolate and black coffee. So there is sweetness now in the cigar. Not a great deal, but there is some. And it takes a while for the cigar to kind of get to that point. 3/4 of an inch to an inch in is where I noticed it. Just wanted you to know. are at the first third, as you can tell from the burn time, it is a dense cigar, and we're getting a good burn time to get to the first third. And the flavors are somewhat changing all the time. It's a little bit different now. Of course, let's just say the base flavors that aren't going away are the dark chocolate and the black coffee, and both of those are heavy. There's quite a bit of nutmeg also. There is that citrusy type flavor, a little brown sugar. I'm even getting dry oak. Let's see what else. I don't really have that dry cocoa mixing with the nutmeg anymore, and it may come back. It's just it's sort of ever changing, somewhat, not massive changes, but just little changes. It's going to be very. I think it's going to be. It's a high grade, uh, medium to full bodied right now. The finish is chocolate and nutmeg, and some lingering black pepper. Not a great deal. I think, as with Maduro cigars and me, or with you, it's a preference type thing. For me, I like a lot of sweetness in my Maduro. This has some, but not a great deal. So don't pay so much attention to the score, I guess, is to the description. For me, it's a 90 to start with. It's yeah, I could smoke this, but it took a while to get to the sweet point, and it's not a great deal of sweetness. So keep that in mind as to the description, as to what you formulate and taste in your mind based on what I'm telling you. Finished with the second third, and the flavors are whittling down now. It's pretty much an orange peel, very little brown sugar, nutmeg, and a large amount of black coffee. Large amount of nutmeg, large amount of black coffee. So there's not much sweetness now. Never was a lot, but seems to be less now. There's a lot of nutmeg in black coffee. Full bodied. Finish is unchanged. But again, I go back to the preference thing of what you want in a Maduro cigar. Contrast this with The King is Dead that AJ did. A lot of sweetness in that cigar. Big difference, between these two. So, second, third, I'm going 88. It's losing sweetness and, frankly, losing my interest. We'll see what the final third does. But again, if you like a cigar like I've described, hey, great. The scores are all mine. That's all there are. The description is what you need to listen to. Well, we're down to the end, so let's wrap it up. The sweetness made a little resurgence here at the end. You've got a lot of nutmeg, a lot of dark chocolate, and a lot of black coffee in this cigar. Orange peel, full-bodied. Finish is still nutmeg and dark chocolate. A lot of dark chocolate. I would even say it could just be the dark chocolate unsweetened because it seems like there's coffee on there too. little average or maybe slightly below lingering black pepper. But this is a very dark cigar with a lot of nutmeg and not a lot of sweetness, which is not really my thing, but I'm just describing the flavors. The sweetness did come up a little bit, but not enough really to change the score. I'm going to hold 88 for the final third. This is a different cigar, and it appeals to a certain group, and maybe it's you. So your overall score for me is 88.67. 88.67. So basically, that is the long and the short of it. That'll do it. The new HVC La Rosa 520 Maduro Magicos. 5.5 by 54. 88.67.